Tonight we're going to talk about something that's personal to me. So I live in New York City. I was born in New York City and I've lived here my entire life. I probably will never leave New York City. I found something out this morning that really upset me. So in New York City and in New York State in general, we have a weather monitoring system. It's called Mesonet. Mesonet was set up a number of years ago and it was heavily funded about 2 years ago. To the tune of about $3 million. Now, it was funded by the Department of Homeland Security and a couple of other federal agencies for us to be able to have an emergency weather monitoring system that's going to be more advanced and more accurate given the effects of climate change. Now, what Kristi Noem did, she rescinded $3 million in funding from Mesonet. Now, New York City, believe it or not, if you're not from here, you may not know, we get terrible hurricanes. Those terrible hurricanes are incredibly destructive. Now, pulling the funding literally right before the height of the hurricane season here in New York City is going to be dangerous. It's going to impact us in a very bad way because they might be struggling to run this operation. So here's what Mesonet is. And this particular bit comes from a specific website set up called nysmesonet.org to explain the whole thing. It's a system of about 127 different weather stations, one in each county of New York State. Obviously, we don't have 127 counties. It's to the order of about roughly 61 counties. However, there are going to be more stations in areas that are more densely populated. Now, my original information comes from the Times-Union. I will post the link in the description. The Times-Union is a New York, Albany local newspaper. I did the media bias clear check and it came back high credibility. So I can somewhat trust this information, and I did do a little background research into the situation. Now, in response to this, Chuck Schumer has called upon Kristi Noem to explain herself. Why did you do this to New York City? Why did you do this to New York State? Now, something personal to me. I remember Hurricane Sandy. Now, I wasn't a child, I was in my 20s. I was out there doing photojournalism of Hurricane Sandy, and photographs that I took will be included with this video so you can understand the impact and devastation that this storm had on our city. And I just want you to take a moment to look at those photographs once they are shown so that you can get a feeling for what we're going to be up against. And now funding has been pulled from us to be able to detect these weather events. You know what this feels like to me? This feels like a blatant attack on the people of New York by Kristi Noem and the Department of Homeland Security. This is not fair to us. No one should have to suffer these extreme weather events without some sort of protection, without some sort of early warning. We've seen the differences in the Texas floods. There were two camps. One camp was evacuated way before the other one, and the other one, we already saw what happened there. We don't need to go back into it. So we understand the severity of these things. There was another flood just recently here in the States. These events are going to keep getting more and more intense, and we need more support. I call upon Kristi Noem to give back the money that we deserve to protect our state. This is David Harrison Greis of the Greis Report, signing off from New York City.